Hey everyone, Dan with FP Geeks here, and today we will be reviewing the Faber-Castell Ondoro. This is a really cool pen that I've had the pleasure of using for the past several months. It comes in a few different colors. There's black, white, orange, and there's also one that comes in an oak wood finish. The barrel is made of oak wood, and then the section is a little different in that it is chrome plated. Now, these pens in the resin version run about $140, and the Oakwood version costs about $165. Now, the Ondoro comes with a stainless steel nib available in fine, medium, and broad, and it's a cartridge converter filling pen. Now, it's kind of a large, chunky looking pen, but thanks to its resin construction, it remains nice and light. It's a very unique pen, and I had a lot of fun using it. So if this interests you, definitely check out the video review. The packaging for the Ondoro is fun and modern. The outer paper sleeve features a trippy, almost psychedelic design. The case inside is made from glossy white acrylic that has a neat little trap door that blends in with the rest of the case. On the inside of this door are the instructions and warranty information, and then nestled down inside is the pen. There's enough room in the case to fit two more thinner pens, which gives this case a little more practicality than just throwaway packaging. The Ondoro features a resin barrel that's available in a few different colors, and along with the cap is highly polished and reflective. It looks great, but it's a fingerprint magnet. I was constantly wiping off this pen. However, that may not be an issue for everyone. The Ondoro features a unique take on the hexagonal design, being short and chunky rather than long and thin. The top of the cap is dome shaped along with the end of the barrel, which I think helps prevent it from looking too blocky. The spring-loaded clip is very well designed and never seemed to be intrusive. It's very streamlined and very appealing. It has adequate tension, and I've never had a problem with it moving from wherever I placed it. The cap snaps on and off with authority and is both satisfying and reassuring. There's no way this cap is accidentally coming off. Beneath the cap is a number 5 stainless steel nib that features a dimpled imprint design with the nib size and the Faber-Castell logo at the bottom. The clean, simple imprint is one of my favorite designs. The feed is plastic, and both it and the nib can simply be pulled out for removal. The short section features a deep concave profile that blends seamlessly into the barrel. The barrel is easily removed but requires a few too many rotations to do so. With the barrel removed, you have access to the cartridge converter filling system. The only good thing here is that Faber-Castell uses the standard international size fitting instead of some proprietary system. The Ondoro is a moderately large pen that's easily usable without posting, and I didn't find the short section to be too uncomfortable or too limiting. The cap does post in a solid and secure manner, and thanks to it posting as far down onto the barrel as it does, it didn't seem to add too much weight to the rear of the pen. I preferred the added length and girth of the pen when posted, and it's how I primarily used the pen. To get a better understanding of its size, I'll compare it to a few other pens in its price range. From left to right, we have the TWSBI 540, the Lamy Studio, the Lamy 2000, the Pelican M200, the Aurora Ypsilon, and finally the Ondoro. Uncapped and unposted, we can get a good feel for the size of the Ondoro. It's much thicker than the other pens, with the TWSBI coming the closest in size. The Lamy 2000 at its widest point is almost as thick as the Ondoro, but it quickly tapers towards each end. The uniform thickness of the Ondoro is really what gives it its imposing size and feel. Posting each pen gives an additional insight to their size. If you like large pens that don't weigh very much, take a close look at the Ondoro. I'll be using the Edelberg branded Stipula Netto filling system filled with Stipula blue ink to fill the pen. The Netto system is designed to prevent ink from contacting the section while filling and does a good job for the most part. It's far from a necessity, but since I have it, I might as well use it, right? I had the opportunity to use two different nib sizes in the Ondoro, a medium and a fine. I've had the pleasure of using 3 or 4 other Faber-Castell medium nibs, and this one performed exactly the same as the others. It was buttery smooth, with flow slightly on the wet side. Since the feel and performance of those medium nibs were so similar, I was anxious to get my hands on the fine nib. I was a little disappointed though because it felt much sharper than any other fine nib I'd ever used. When comparing it to other fine nibs, I noticed its line was a little thinner and actually more in line with an extra fine nib. Comparing the Ondoro's so-called fine nib to some other extra fine nibs I had around, I found that it was very similar both in feel and line width. Now, I expect Faber-Castell nibs to be true to size, and to have a nib that's a full size smaller than what it was marked was a bit disappointing. So that is the Faber-Castell Ondoro. Now, if the performance of the fine nib kind of turned you off, give it another chance. Buy it from a reputable retailer who has a good return policy, or as I like to advocate, send it to a professional to have tuned and smooth. If you find a pen that you like the design of and it feels good in the hand, but the nib just doesn't work for you, send it off to have a professional work on it. It'll come back as your favorite pen, and that little investment will really be worth it. But otherwise, I thought the pen was very solid, very well made. The grip is a little bit different, so if you're very particular about the section on your pens, you may not like this one as much, but definitely give it a shot if you have the opportunity. I really enjoyed it, and I will definitely be looking very closely at that oak wood version. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will answer them as quickly as I can. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Indulge